everyone, and welcome back to GregTech New Horizons. In the last episode, we got started with the mod pack and also finished out by building ourselves a little base here, a coke oven, and some tinkers. Oh yeah, and we also finished out by getting into the Steam age. But I actually have gone ahead and removed that setup that we had, because today I want to actually build our more permanent Steam area. Because yeah, what we had before was clearly not it. But before we get into that, the first thing I want to do today is try and get ourselves the Tinker Smeltery. So as you saw in the montage there, I've gone ahead and collected a bunch of sand, gravel, and clay for that purpose exactly. Yeah, if we look at the recipe for grout, it's more bucket crafting, but yeah, sand, gravel, and clay there. Although first, let's talk about what happened in between the episodes. I've done a bunch of mining. We have multiple stacks of copper, tin, and iron. The redstone we could do a little bit of topping up with, maybe? Yeah, we don't have that much ore left, so maybe I'll do that. But yeah, anyways, then we also built ourselves a little tree farm. This is the kind of setup that I like to do usually. Little space for rubber trees, and of course a placement for our giant jungle slash spruce saplings. Also, I don't think I talked about this last time, but we also have this setup over here with gardens from Pam's. Since a little bit of a side goal that we have going on right now is getting to the healing axe with this quest. But as you can see, for that you pretty much need every single garden. So yeah, I just planted down all of the ones that we already have, 2 of each, and then hopefully they're gonna spread and give us more. They've actually already spread a bunch of times. I think we have probably a couple dozen. Yeah, we have like 14 here, 8, 7, one of the leafy gardens. That's not great. Anyways, let us now go ahead and start up on our project of the smeltery. And we have actually 2 quests here that lead to it. The first one is you are not prepared, but they are. This expects you to find a village and steal the smeltery that's already there. Although I haven't been able to find one, so we're gonna do it manually, unfortunately. I think this quest wants you to get the minimum requirements for a 3x3 smeltery. Oh, which is like only 2 stacks of sand. Maybe I'll do double that then. We can get all the clay we need. Oh, and apparently bronze mortars are just absolutely garbage. That was a little bit of a waste. Yeah, iron is definitely the best we can get so far. Okay, there we go. I have all the clay dust now. That took a lot of mortars. But now I should be able to grab one of the crafting stations. And I'm just going to use up more of this water supply that we have here. We're going to get 4 stacks of grout out of this. And this should be the last batch. Nice. That actually didn't take that as long as I thought it was going to take. Maybe bucket crafting isn't so bad after all. Anyways, now because GregTech likes to be more complicated, we need to craft this with the wooden form to make the unfired seared brick. And then this is what we smelt in our furnaces. If only I had enough creosote oil. Yeah, that's fine. I guess we'll use a little bit of our charcoal. So yeah, I'm going to let this go for a little bit. I guess I should harvest more of our trees while I'm waiting, because I really want to keep myself busy as much as possible. Downtime here in GTA NH is not a great thing to have. There is pretty much always something you can do while waiting for stuff like this. Anyways, yeah, see you in a bit. After I sleep, of course. Alright, so a little bit later, I've gone ahead and gathered a bunch of wood. And also, check it out, our seared bricks are done now. Awesome. Alright, let's continue on with the quest, and it looks like we want more seared bricks now. The block version, which is another bucket craft. Okay, so once again, we grab the buckets, grab the station, and continue saying our goodbyes to this shoreline. I can only imagine what this will look like in the future. Yeah, there we go. And it looks like the next step for us is to make the controller, which is easy enough, and a seared tank. I'm gonna make 2 of these. Next up, we'll want to make seared faucets. And I just noticed there is actually a better recipe with the saw. If we make a casting channel, which is only 7 seared bricks, it gives you 2 of the faucets, which otherwise with the default recipe, it would have been 10. Oh, and I didn't actually hold the casting channels themselves. God damn it. Alright, 2 more that I'm probably never gonna use. And never mind, I immediately take that back. Because the next thing we want is the seared drain, and that's required in the recipe. That's awfully convenient. Okay, and now we just want a casting basin. And it looks like if we want the casting table, it needs the smeltery in the first place. The seared stone can only be made with it. So yeah, cool, we're almost there. Let's go ahead and set it up here. This is where I wanted to originally place it. Also, check this out. I just went to add some more redstone to our mattock here, and look at that. We can insta-mine dirt now. Well, I thought the quest was gonna give me enough for a 3x3 smeltery, but I'm missing a bunch of bricks here. I guess I should make some more. Aha, nice. Oh yeah, and of course, we have to get some lava in these seared tanks. And I think I know just the place. I'm currently digging into a diamond vein, which I believe should be near some lava. Aha, yeah. I have no idea why I thought water here was a good idea, but anyways, there's our lava. We're taking damage because the lava is hot. That's another thing we have to consider here. But thankfully, we have /home, so it doesn't even really matter. All right, so yeah, there you have it. So now I'm going to go ahead and take a little break here. And then once we come back, we can actually start making use of our smeltery. So yeah, once again, I will see you guys in just a bit. Okay, so welcome back. And after a little bit of consideration, I've decided to go with bronze as the tool head material and iron as the tool rods. Although I will keep my pickaxe with that netherrack tool rod, just because it looks nice. Anyways, before we can actually make use of the smeltery, I think we were stuck on this casting table, which needs us to melt down some stone. And that'll give us seared stone, which we can then cast out as this block right here, and that's used in the table recipe. The problem with that is that each piece of stone smelts into 18 millibuckets, and we need 360. And I want 2 of those tables, which means we're gonna want to cast down 40 pieces of cobblestone. That's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Although, just to be a little more efficient with our lava here, I'm going to make a large plate pattern. And then that way we can convert our 40 pieces that we were supposed to melt into just 5. And then we can also melt down all this iron and melt down everything that we need for making casts, of course, which is going to be aluminum brass. Let's see how that's made. I think they changed the recipe in the newest version. Yeah, 3 copper to 1 zinc. All right. And zinc, I have a little bit of that, which does not ore double in the smeltery. That's fine. Let me kill those spiders also, because they're so annoying. Now that I have a little bit of gear, these guys aren't as scary anymore. Oh my goodness, never mind. What? Oh, that was impeccable timing. Oh my goodness. And for some reason, one of those guys dropped a spawn egg. That's interesting. All right, and by the way, the ratio that I put for seared stone is actually incorrect. We only have 320 millibuckets here. Oh, that's because each large plate only smelts into 64 instead of the actual ratio it's supposed to be. That's fine. I can melt down a little more. Okay, there we go. Everything is melted down now. Nice. Also, I just realized I don't have enough seared bricks to actually make the casting table. So don't tell anyone about this, but we're just gonna take some from the back. No one's gonna notice. But anyways, yeah, there you go. All right, now comes my favorite part. We can start making casts of our tools. And then we make the tool parts. Alright, let's do this. So, we repair everything, and then we upgrade. Although, wait, first, let's make sure we get the quest. Yeah, see, I almost missed it. Looks like this is just a checkmark quest. This is another checkmark quest that we need. And now it should be safe to upgrade. I'm also going to add an iron tool binding to my pickaxe. That should give us some reinforcement. Now we upgrade the shovel, the mattock, and then the sword, which does 1 more attack damage now. I'll take it. Oh yeah, and of course, all of them need the iron tool rod. Nice. Now we're fully kitted out. Alright, so now with that done, we can get back to focusing on our steam setup. I want to go ahead and wrap this up right now. And I think placing it to the south of the base is not a bad idea. Even though here the humidity isn't that great. Because as you guys remember, I'm going to be placing all my water tanks in this biome. And then we'll use these small wind fluid pipes to route it over here. That's the plan right now. So yeah, let me do a little bit of building, and also I need to go collect some materials. I'm completely out of deep slate, which is one of the building blocks. So yeah, I'll be doing that here for a little bit, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so welcome back. It has been quite a bit of time later, and I've gone ahead and made this thing. Okay, that was kind of anticlimactic, but it's just a little box here where we can put our stuff and machines. And I did also set up the water tanks, while also adding another tank as well. We have 2 of them, and 2 boilers now. Now I need to figure out the setup, and I thought I might as well come back and do it in front of the camera. So I think we're gonna go with something like this. A pipe down the middle, and then the machines can go on that. We're actually gonna also replace that pipe with a large bronze one, and then put both of our boilers on this, like so. Then let's dig a hole in the ceiling, and this is where the water can come from. Pipe that into the top. I think that hole right there is where we need to pipe the water. Although maybe I should move the tanks closer. This biome right here also has 80% humidity. Yeah, I definitely like that idea more. Make sure to point all the pipes the right way. And there we go. We're getting water in the boilers. I also realized that pipe was pointed the wrong way. What happened to my skin? Did you see that? What was that? Anyways, yeah, I'm going to wait for these guys as buffers to fill up before I put in any coal, just to be safe. But while that happens, we can actually progress in the quest book for a little bit. I definitely want to get all the steam machines. I think I can afford it. If only I had more bronze. Looks like I'm completely out, which is fine. We can make more in the alloy smelter if it had any steam. Yeah, so I guess I have to wait a little bit for that, but that's fine. For now, we can get to making the wire cutter. And I know we're going to need a lot of these. I'm gonna make 3 of them. So hammer, file, and screwdriver, and there we go. All right, next quest is, oh my goodness. Oh no, we need to craft a piston. I forgot how horrific this recipe is. Yep, welcome to GregTech. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm gonna need more than just one for the rest of these machines. I think I'm gonna need 6 in total, and the quest gives you 2. So I'm gonna try and craft 4 pistons here then. Think I can afford it. Oh my, what is this recipe? Oh my goodness. I guess if I use iron screws, it gives you more, but wow, that is just garbage. The hell is that? That is an accurate quest name. I never want to do that again. And I think I'm gonna take the sticky piston on this one. Okay, now we have a couple goals. It wants me to go mine a diamond vein, which I definitely want to do. And it looks like we're prioritizing the macerator and compressor as our next machines. But again, I don't have any bronze, so I think I'm just gonna go mining. Let the water build up, get a little more iron and redstone. We're not doing great on those. And yeah, then I'll bring you back. Oh, and I'm so glad I have a couple pieces of bronze here so that I can actually repair my tools. Oh my goodness, I'm the greatest. Alright, so here we are back. And I did start up our steam machines here. Looks like we're just out of steam again, so I have to unplug this pipe. I have to let the steam build up again, and that should be good. I would make bronze the old way, which is with combining the dusts, but the alloy smelter recipe just gives us a little bit of a better yield. Anyways, here's all the resources that we've gathered up. 4 stacks of iron, that's gonna be plenty. Almost 40 diamonds and tons of redstone. Let's process all this stuff up. And I think, you know what, I'm gonna change my mind here. We're gonna make bronze the good old way. Just enough so that we can actually craft these machines. Because yeah, the alloy smelter is just not reliable right now with our current steam setup. Alright, cool. So now that we have a bunch of bronze to play with, we can actually start making the rest of these machines here. Starting with the compressor. Seems to be cheap enough. Just a bronze hull, which is 8 pieces of bronze plates. I think the rest of these machines, yeah, also need the same thing. So I might as well make all 4 right now, which is going to be half a stack of bronze plates. And also the hammer broke, but that's fine because now we can replace it with the diamond one. And this actually is recommended by the quest because it has a bunch of durability. Anyways, yeah, there's our 4 bronze hulls. And yeah, let's get our first machine, the steam compressor. Then the macerator, this needs some of our diamonds. The extractor, we're missing glass. Oh no. And the forge hammer, we're missing an anvil, which is this recipe. I guess I should have enough iron for that. Well, anyways, let's plug these in first before we make anything else. Although I don't think we actually strictly need the forge hammer and the extractor right now. So you know what? We're not gonna worry about it. Yep, that's a problem for later me. Instead, what I want to do right now is pivot my focus on a different goal entirely, which actually leads us to the second part of this video. This quest right here for getting the bricked blast furnace. Oh man, if you've played this pack before, you know how much of a grind this is. So I'm just gonna pin the recipes as we go along, and we're gonna figure out how much resources we need in total. Hopefully it won't take too long. Let's see. Well, I can confidently say that we are absolutely screwed. This is the material list. And you know what? Some of these items here don't look that bad, actually. Until you realize, just like the quest says, we're gonna need something along the lines of 1,000 clay, 72 calcite dust, 72 gypsum dust, and 216 of these fire bricks. Those are probably the 3 main difficult costs about this craft. And actually, wait, if I remember correctly, gypsum dust is an ore that we find in basaltic mineral veins. Yeah, I've mined about 2 of these so far, so I'm hoping I have enough here. Let's see. There's 17. And then, oh yes. Okay, I have a stack of ore here. That's good. I think I will definitely be ore doubling this. Okay, but that's crazy. 40 seconds per recipe. That's gonna take forever. That's fine. It's gonna be running in the background while I do other stuff. Should probably also get a hopper for this to auto output. But of course, the recipe is absolutely garbage. Alright, that should be good. We'll place that there. Alright, also I should probably put more fuels in the boilers. Completely forgot about that. Maybe some sort of a steam buffer wouldn't hurt as well. I think we'll look into that later. Anyways, for now the other hopper can go on the steam compressor, I guess. And I guess I better get to collecting all the clay. Although the thing is, for this clay dust, if I'm able to find a biome of terracotta, then we can skip that entire process entirely, which would be nice. So yeah, I'm gonna be out exploring for a little bit. And I also want to hopefully find one of those dungeons that spawn with the bricks so that I can mine that up as well, instead of having to craft it. So yeah, hopefully if I can get those 2 things, life will be a little bit easier. For now though, it seems like I have a big grind ahead of me, and there's definitely no time better than the present, so let's get started. And of course, just as I want to actually start exploring, it's a blood moon, which means I can't sleep. And there's gonna be like 10 times the amount of mobs there usually is outside. I guess I've just gotta wait this one out. Yeah, see you in a bit. Yes! Terracotta! What the hell is that? Oh, this is a roguelike. Ooh. Nice. And steel. Oh. You know, sometimes you have to realize that maybe traveling thousands and thousands of blocks just isn't worth it when you can mine 400 pieces of clay really quickly in like 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah, that's exactly what I did for all these bricks. Although for the clay, obviously, that's not worth it. I need 1,000, which is not going to happen. So we have the terracotta for that. Anyways, yeah, as you saw, I've gone ahead and went on a bit of an exploration session. We have plenty of loot here. This is actually really awesome, especially these filled tin cans. They pretty much negate any need for food. Once we have an LV can, we can pretty much fill this with any food. And then your nutrition here doesn't matter. The diminishing returns also don't matter. And it gives a lot of saturation. So it's like a primitive healing axe. Other than that, we have some pretty good loot here. We have another Division Sizzle, Thaumonomicon, and Steel. There's also a bunch more over here as well. And I think we can actually use this to our advantage here to do a little bit of cheesing. If we look here, we can actually recycle some of this stuff in the macerator. And then the steel dust that we get, we can actually smelt down in the smeltery, which we can then cast back down into ingots, which is so nice. Because here's the thing, right? I probably should have mentioned this a while ago, but the reason we want the primitive blast furnace is to make steel. And if we look in the quest book, steel is actually used in a bunch of different places, mainly so that we can unlock LV, but also up here, the obzinite. But yeah, this is then required in the Tool Forge recipe. And oh my goodness, if we unlock this, the entire mining portion of this pack gets a whole lot easier. Because yeah, then we can make the mining hammer. And at that point, resources are just not going to be a problem at all. I'll be able to mine entire ore veins in mere minutes. So that's kind of the reason why I'm so excited about the ability that we can cheese the steel requirement. I'm actually so happy we found all of this. Yeah, let's go melt this down real quick. Oh, and check it out. Our gypsum ore is also done being crushed, which is great because I still need the calcite, right? And that's another ore, which seems to spawn in lapis veins. Oh my goodness, nope. That actually jump scared me. I forgot I'm not supposed to look at that guy. Yay, being paranoid that he's gonna come back and blow me up. How fun. Dude, stop doing that. Oh, and wait, I just realized, what am I doing? I'm supposed to keep the steel as is, as the dust, instead of smelting it all down. I mean, I guess that's not an issue. I can cast it back out. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna be making any tool parts out of steel anytime soon, so it should be fine. Anyways, let's see what else we need for this. Zinc dust we can get. Obsidian, I think we can also get by now. And with the current amount of steel that I have, I can make half a stack. That's not bad. And you know what? I think actually we can already mine obsidian. Actually, no, we can't. So in that case, you know what? We're gonna upgrade it to steel, and I'm hoping that's gonna give me the next mining level, which yeah, should let me be able to mine it. Although first I have to go level it up and have fun. I need to mine up 700 blocks. God damn it. Oh my goodness, I'm less than 40 XP away. This actually didn't take as long as I thought it was gonna take, especially because I picked such a fast breaking block, which is terracotta. There we go. Oh man, I guess terracotta is never going to be a problem again. All right, now let's see about mining this obsidian here. Yeah, there we go. We can actually do it. Awesome. Also, if I remember correctly, next to the terracotta mines, there should be one of those, yeah, one of these guys. The things from Thaumcraft, and I'll be able to mine a bunch more obsidian from there. It's literally made of the stuff. And this is actually quite fast. Alright, I think this should be enough. Anyways, now we macerate down this obsidian. Although it looks like the macerator is busy doing more zinc gravel. If you guys remember, this is the other part to our obzinite metal. And I think I actually changed my mind. I'm gonna make a full stack of this. Yeah, a full stack should be doable. I think I have enough steel. If I cast out all the ones that are in the smeltery, I should. Oh no, actually it looks like I already have enough. I just need to macerate one more ingot down. Oh, actually check this out. I was gonna use the crafting recipe here to make the obzinite, because this used to be the best way to do it. But I think nowadays actually making it in the smeltery will give you 1 extra ingot on average per batch. So yeah, I guess let's start melting down this stuff, and I will be back in just a bit. So hi. The ratio was definitely not correct. I've melted down a lot of zinc already, and we're only up to 10 ingots. So, you know, that was a bit of a waste. Thankfully, I have backups, so I'm gonna roll a backup before we started melting down all this stuff, and we're just gonna use the crafting recipe instead. That was a mistake. Oh, and it looks like the backup is from before we had the mining level. You know what? Losing that much progress is a little fair. Now we visit the obsidian guy. This is giving me a bit of deja vu. And yeah, you know the gist by now. I have to remacerate the extra pair of leggings. Although this time it's damaged for some reason. Well, I'm not gonna question it. Oh, and looks like these obsidian totems can't be macerated for the dust. I'm gonna have to go back. There should be some actual... Yeah, there is some actual obsidian here. Alright, come on, we're just a few steps away from getting the tool forge now. Let me just one last time double check to see if we have everything. Oh yeah, and by the way, the iron blocks that we need in this recipe can only be made in the compressor. Good thing we have that now. 11 seconds per. And you know what? I might as well attach a hopper to our smeltery here. I don't feel like having to manually refill this every couple of items, so you know. Oh my goodness, look at this. We have the obzinite large plates now. I think the iron blocks are ready if only I vented the steam. And oh my goodness, check it out. The tool forge. We're not getting this quest for a while. And yeah, check it out now. We can make the hammer, the lumber axe, and the excavator. I'm making all three of them with obzinite as the main material. And then bronze as the large plates and iron as the tool rods. Or actually, I think I'll do the opposite because I have more iron than I have bronze. So yeah, let me count out all the stuff that we're going to need to get here. And then I'll come back with all the correct ratios. All right, we'll start with 24 iron and 15 bronze, and I'll show you the tool parts once I cast them out. Alright, and there you have it. These are all the materials I chose. We're gonna go with obzinite large plate, obzinite large hammer, iron large plate, and bronze tough tool rod. And that's not bad, 3000 durability. Then for the axe, it's more of the same. And also the excavator. Awesome. Alright, let's try these bad boys out. No longer will I have to suffer through mining jungle saplings. The excavator here is just a 3x3 shovel that's going to help clear out some terrain. And then of course the MVP of this entire thing, the hammer, which mines in a 3x3. And that's absolutely perfect for mining ore veins. It's going to make the process so much easier, which is great because remember, we did all of this so that I didn't have to suffer through mining the lapis vein that we soon have to go for. Oh yeah, and I guess while I'm at it, I might as well upgrade the rest of my tools to obzinite. Definitely wouldn't hurt. Oh yeah, and we should also cast some ingots of this stuff so we can use it as repair material. Alright, now I'm going to take a few moments here and have some fun with my new tools. And I'm going to go mine up the lapis vein that I'm supposed to find. And hopefully once we're back, we'll be ready to make the blast furnace. And also maybe put some haste on this hammer. It is incredibly slow right now. So yeah, I might be back in a bit. Alright, so check it out. We have more than a stack of calcite and also quite a bit of lapis. I'm actually gonna smelt that down. Anyways, now we're gonna go macerate all this calcite. And I'm gonna let this run for a while. Gonna take a quick break as well. And once we come back, hopefully it's gonna be bricked blast furnace time. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so once again, welcome back. And the calcite, oh, it's done macerating, yeah. We only need to stack an 8 of both of these guys. So that's good. Now I can start macerating all that terracotta, like so. And now before we move on, actually, as you saw just a few seconds ago, I wanted to do a little bit more mining with our hammer. Because I want to try and level this up and get some more, because I'm trying to level it up and get some modifiers on it. Even though this thing is amazing, it is still quite slow. But look at what I noticed in the quest book here. An extra modifier that you can pretty easily get by using a piece of diamond and gold. I think it is a one-time thing though, so I'm gonna try and do one for each of my tools here and get haste on all of them. Although actually that begs the question, maybe I should prioritize looting on my pickaxe so I can get more for my ores. But on the other hand, if I get haste, then I can also mine more veins in the same amount of time, so I don't know actually. Alright, you know what? Here's the plan. We're gonna get our modifier, but I think I'm gonna prioritize getting haste. And if you look at my tool XP right there, we're actually super close to getting another modifier on top of that one. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm back here at the terracotta mine because this is a very fast block to mine. And I should be able to farm a bunch of XP really easily. Yeah, look at that. We're already up 300 XP. Just 1,000 more to go. Ah, there we go. And now check it out. This way we can have the best of both worlds. I'm gonna apply some lapis as well, which is great. We don't have to make any trade-offs. Oh, and I guess I should also apply the rest of the modifiers on our shovel, give him some haste, and of course the axe. Alright, anyways, with that out of the way, let's get back on our blast furnace here. And I think I'm gonna start with all the easy stuff. Like, you know, all these blast furnaces and the bricks as well. I'm gonna compress those down. Oh wait, no, I just realized I can macerate these straight up and then combine them in the table. This should be the same ratio, right? Yeah, it totally is actually. Okay, yep, saves me the hassle. All right, looks like we're gonna need a little bit of stone dust, which is easy enough. A little bit more clay dust, which I don't have enough of, and then some sand dust. Or wait, no, quartz sand is what it's called. I should get a chest for that. Hold up. There we go. Let that stuff all queue up, and in about 3 billion years, everything's gonna be processed. Oh yeah, I should also probably put an output chest, like so. And once again, I'm pretty much out of stuff to do. At least for the blast furnace, I literally just have to wait for the macerator. So I'm gonna keep myself busy here with a little bit more mining. We could definitely do with topping up our copper supply. A few more diamonds as well. And why not? Let's also mine for some tin. Actually, before we do that, I realized for macerating the brick dust, we can just use mortars. And also for the quartz sand too, we can use mortars for that. So, you know, that saves a bunch of time. I don't think I can do the same thing for clay and stone dust though. Anyways, let me actually go mine now. 8 seconds per. I need 3 and a bit stacks. Alright, welcome back. As you just saw, I did a bunch of mining, and also check it out. The fire bricks are almost done. Well, at least being compressed. I still have to smelt them. But I mean, yeah, that's not going to take nearly as long as the compressor. Now, as you can see from my inventory here, we are absolutely filthy rich now. We have plenty of tin. I just went mining for a copper vein, and I also picked up a bunch of iron from there too. This pyrite right here is iron. So, you know, I probably should upgrade this thing to an iron chest by now. There you go. And I guess for now, I'm going to leave all this pyrite here and chalcopyrite. I'll smelt this up later. Oh yeah, but as you can see, I've been preparing the materials that we're gonna need for this entire process. I'll talk about it a little more once the fire clay is done. Let's see, actually, there's only 20 pieces left, so it should be done soon. So yeah, again, I'll see you in a bit. Ooh, this is the last 3 pieces. And there we go. And now I have to make all these buckets of concrete, which is fine. I should be able to easily do that. Matter of fact, now we can actually use our water tanks instead of making our lake here a lot uglier. We might as well make use of this. I'm gonna need some water buckets here in the recipe. Yeah, I think you get the buckets back after you craft the bricks. So I don't actually need to craft all 36. I don't really think I have the iron for that. And so actually what we're gonna do is have 2 crafting stations. One for the bricks, which looks like, okay, some gypsum. And then over here, I can just pick up some water. And the recipe, I think, looks something like this with an empty bucket on top. Okay, and yeah, we do get the bucket back. All right, yeah, then this should be easy. Oh, okay, did not know you could place it down. Now I have to make an extra one of those ingredients. 2 more calcite, another piece of clay, and cobblestone. And yeah, some sand dust. I keep calling it sand dust for some reason, but no, it's called quartz sand. Oh, I also forgot to mention this. I'm making a bunch of wood pulp here, just macerating down any logs. This is for an upcoming project that we're gonna get to in just a couple of moments here, probably right after the blast furnace. Anyways, here's all of your garbage back. Okay, and now I should be able to craft these buckets of concrete into the fire bricks. And yes, it does give me the buckets back. Now we repeat this process 30 more times. Oh man, the bucket crafting. Although, you know what? As a person who's made something like, what, 30 wands of animation, a stack of runes of darkness, and all of those owl sight vials, I will say I can't really complain about this recipe. It's nothing compared to the Project Ozone 3 stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, that scared me. Anyways, let me get back to crafting. And there is the last couple. Nice, you know what? That didn't take that long. I guess I've gotten quite good at these unstackable crafts. Anyways, now, with a couple of blast furnaces and a wrench, we get the bricked blast furnace. And for placing this down, I think a perfect location would be somewhere near the coke oven, because we need charcoal to fuel this thing. So somewhere here, I guess. It actually fits quite nicely, and we're not crossing any chunk boundaries. Although I don't think that matters anymore. It's not as big of a deal as it used to be before. There is the blast furnace. It actually fits in quite well with these dirt bricks that I'm using for the walls. And yeah, don't judge. I'm using dirt to build my base. We don't really have that many good building blocks right now. Anyways, let's get some steel cooking. There we go. And I think we have a quest right here. Yeah, blast off that wants 8 pieces of steel. I should have a couple in the smeltery already. Yeah, so I'm gonna be casting. That's not what I meant to do. Hold up. Well, that kind of sucks. I'll try and fix it later. It doesn't matter right now. Anyways, as you can see in the top, each piece of steel is gonna take 6 minutes, which is quite crazy. So I think it's about that time of the episode where I'm just gonna go AFK a bunch and let the server run for a while I edit some of the footage. Then we'll come back and do some final preparations to end off the episode. So yeah, see you in a bit. Alright, check this out. I've been letting the furnace run for quite a while now, and we're up to 28 steel ingots here. So yeah, not really great, but you know, I'm definitely gonna want to invest in like a second or third one of these guys. But we also have a couple extra ingots here from the quest rewards. Yeah, so we're up to 36 now. But before we do any of that, we have some bags to open. I've been claiming some of the quest rewards. We have a plenty of food here, and of course the bags. Let's check them out. Well, that's not great. We got more of these dyes, even more night vision, and some food. I don't think we actually got anything that good in there. But also, let's come back to that wood pulp that you saw me making. Yeah, which I've been compressing down at an 8-to-1 ratio for these wood planks. And the only reason I'm making these is, as recommended by the quest book, we can use that to make a bunch of barrels. Cool, awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason I wanted these planks. These aren't particularly useful or better than the chests right now, but they're truly gonna shine once we get to LV. Ooh, and more bags. Never mind, that's not great. Anyways, as I said earlier, there's a couple more things I want to do before wrapping up the episode. First, I want to get a steam buffer for our machines here, which is going to come in the form of the Railcraft iron tank. It's a multi-block that should be able to hold a bunch of fluid. And then after that's done, I want to check out the Nether, which used to be locked behind steel, but obviously we have that now. Anyways, let me see if I actually have enough resources here. I mean, I should. I have plenty of iron. And I might as well also craft the flint and steel. So there is the valves, the iron gauge, which needs glass. I can't make that. Okay, slight detour then. But before I do that, let me get the walls first. And now we need to make glass, which is made in the smeltery. And I think there's a quest for this actually, yeah. Oh, and of course, this is the recipe. It actually shouldn't be that bad. If I just grind down some flint here. All right, now we combine these two. And this is what we melt down in the smeltery. Although I don't really have that much lava left. Let me go grab some more. Oh, there's a bunch of lava here. Let's grab it all. Now we slash home. Okay, there we go. And now we just cast this down. Nice. Oh, and would you look at that? We can cast down glass panes in the smeltery. Now, can I chisel this back into what I need? No, but can I use it in the crafting recipe? Which is this one. Yes, I can. All right, then that's cool. I'll still get the quest though. Why not? Nice, I made about half a stack, which is all being melted right now, so I'll cast those out probably in between the clips. But anyways, for now, there's our gauges. So the multi-block should look something like this. I want to first see how much it's going to hold. So we just have a valve on the bottom, which, and if you do it like this, then it actually should auto-output the steam. Oh, and I think actually it has to go in the middle. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, 500 buckets. Okay, that's not a bad capacity. Now let's see how we can actually fit it into our current setup here. Guess let's grab the boilers. And then I want the tank to auto output into our large pipe here. Then we build the rest of the multi-block. And for steam input, I'm just going to place down a valve right here instead of at the top. And that way I can keep the boilers here and not like have to put them above ground or anything. Although I will have to move this wooden pipe. Somewhere over here should work. First thing I'm going to do is probably move the alloy smelter to the middle of this pipe, since this has the most throughput. And as you guys remember, the alloy smelter uses a bunch of steam. Alright, then we can have the boilers like so, with the water still coming from the top. Although I guess I'll move them one block down actually, because the texture is a little bugged out, but it should still work the same, right? Yes, this pipe is full of water. Alright, we hook everything back up again, and I think we can just output the steam in the middle. Just a small bronze pipe should be enough for both of these boilers. And I'm actually going to use diamonds here to fuel these guys. Yeah, one of those is equivalent to like a stack of charcoal, which is kind of crazy good because diamonds are cheap. Wait, hold up. What was that? You know what? I think it was the wooden pipes getting full of steam instead of this guy. Fixing that should be as simple as just pointing the pipe into the machine. Now the steam can only go into the bronze pipe. Because yeah, these guys will explode if you give them too hot of a gas. And yeah, steam is at 375 Kelvin, while the wooden pipes can only handle 350. But yeah, it should be fine now. Anyways, now let's go and visit the Nether real quick. It's about time. Ooh, and look at these quest rewards. Gives us a bunch of obsidian, ball of moss, and a bow and arrow. And yeah, I guess this obsidian we can use to actually build the portal, which obviously has to be a 3x3. And I was gonna say we can also try and apply this ball of moss, but no, I don't think I have any more modifiers on my tools. Basically, this is just passive mending. It repairs your items over time for free, which would be nice to have on the hammer or something. Anyways, enough stalling. Let's go. I am so surprised that works first try. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Instantly surrounded by a bunch of lava. Nope, don't do that. Okay, no. I was gonna say thankfully I brought some building blocks so I can cage myself in a little bit. I hear him again. Nope. Please die. Anyways, let's quickly get this cage built. Another one? Where are they coming from? Like, actually, I think that right there might be a spawner for them. Nope. Okay. In a rush of panic, I slash homed. Oh my goodness. Well, I wasn't recording, but I was on half a heart and a wisp hit me, so I guess I still die after all. Okay, there we go. There's our safe box here. And also, I was eating a little bit there, and I got this gluttony shard here. Not sure what's up with that, but anyways. All right, now we make a quick run for it. Come on, come on, come on. Redstone vein. I think we're safe. I have really only 2 golds here. No, 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 no. Those things are so annoying, man. Oh my goodness, that's a skeleton over my grave. Yes! Get stuck, idiot! I'm going. Cover me up. Please. This is one heck of a nether. Oh my god. Anyways, before I died and all, what I was trying to say is I only really have 2 goals while I'm here. The first one is try and find the silver vein, and the second is also to get some nether gardens. This is another part of that healing axe quest. Why is there so many wisps around this place? Oh my goodness. And I'm on fire. Okay, maybe I'm safe for a little bit now. Anyways, yeah, if I can do those 2 things, that'll be really good for now. Ooh, and hello, glowstone. Yeah, as I was saying, the nether gardens are going to be for the healing axe, and the sulfur vein is going to be progression related. So yeah, let's see here. Ooh, you know what? Pyrite ore also spawns in sulfur veins. So actually, we can be a little clever here if we get our ore finder wand and tell it to scan for that if I have any. Yeah, pyrite. And oh my goodness, what? I just spawned in and I find 5 new ore veins. 3 of them are sulfur, and then we have 2 copper veins as well. Nice. And it looks like it spawns between Y level 20 and 5. So I'm gonna have to dig down a little bit to reach it. Oh wait, no, yeah, here's our ore actually. And it looks like we do get a bunch of it just from a little bit of mining here. We're already up to half a stack. Awesome, yeah, I'm gonna mine here for a little bit now, I guess. And I don't think we need too much of it. So I'm just gonna pick up like 8 stacks of the ore. And that's probably gonna last us forever, basically. Yeah, sulfur is one of those ores that you mine once or twice. And then it lasts you all the way until like you can auto mine and stuff. So it's not gonna be a problem. Nope, unlike the lava, which is being annoying as usual. Damn it. Okay, there we go. I got a little over 8 stacks. And so now we can just go back home. I'll just wait until next time to find the nether gardens. I'm not in a hurry for those. And yeah, for now, I'm just going to leave it in the chest. And we'll get to processing that ore next time. But yeah, I think with that, we're going to wrap up the episode here. I'm so happy we got into the advanced tinker stuff now. We definitely made improvements to our Steam setup. We got steel up and running. And just generally, our quality of life here is improved by 10 times. So honestly, I think next time, once we start progressing a little more towards the LV age, it honestly might not even take that long. But yeah, anyways, we'll come back next time to get into all this fun stuff. For now though, have a great rest of your day.